Hello again, all my extra abled friends. Welcome to today's video on how to be extra able. Today we're going to be talking about inner strength. And as you know, when you are facing challenges every day like we do, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything that goes into being extra abled, it requires a lot of inner strength. And a lot of times we're dealing with fatigue and just dynamics of our everyday life that can be absolutely exhausting. And I've been through it. I actually, to be completely honest, at times I have almost lost my life. I pushed myself to burn out so much that I ended up hospitalized in very bad condition, and pretty much knocking on death's door. That's how much I was depleted from the exhaustion of just surviving. And so I also, as part of my story, have overcome that exhaustion and have found my wholeness in life. So today in this video, I'm going to be giving you tips on how to remain strong and how to have inner strength as an extra able person. Keep on watching. Tip number 1, know yourself. Be a student of yourself. Be mindful of who you are. Think about yourself. I know that sounds selfish, but it's actually really important. What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel exhausted? I think another big aspect of knowing who you are is knowing your personality. I would strongly suggest taking the Myers-Briggs personality test, because knowing your personality will help you realize how to be balanced in your life. And also, how do you get energy? Do you get energy from being by yourself or being around others? Those are really important things, because part of being strong inside yourself is being whole. You've got to be a whole person, and that requires knowing who you are. It requires knowing your gifts, your talents, your likes, your dislikes, and the things that work for you in life. So be a student of yourself. Tip number 2, breathe. I know that sounds silly, but I cannot tell you how long it took me to learn how to breathe. I spent time studying yoga in Miami, Florida, and prior to that, I had experienced so much anxiety in my life. And after working with a yogi for a year, I realized that most of my anxiety was due to taking shallow breaths and not really understanding how breath works to calm your body and calm your mind. And also, something else to keep in mind is that our life actually has breath. It breathes in and breathes out. When you rest, you're breathing in. And when you work, you're breathing out. When you're giving to others in your life, when you're investing in relationships, when you're awake and interacting with the world and earning a living and all of those things, that's breathing out. And so many of us breathe out until we have no more breath left and we are exhausted. And then our breath in is very shallow and we have hardly any energy to breathe out again. So what you want is your life to be breathing. You want your life to be breathing deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Equally breathing in and out. So remember to rest. Rest is your breath in. And don't scrimp on that. Tip number 3, be mindful. I know that that's a word thrown around a lot now in pop culture, but mindfulness is so powerful. When you think about what you're thinking about, when you think about the world around you, the culture that you're living in, the people that you're interacting with, think. But also being mindful is about checking in with yourself. every day, check in and say, how am I feeling? What's going on inside of me? How are my emotions? What's my body saying to me? And listen to that. When your body says, I'm tired, rest. When your body says, I'm ready to go, get out there and be productive. But be mindful. Think about your life. Think about your experiences. Think about your future and the things that you want to accomplish. Tip number 4, be adaptive. When you're extra abled and you're dealing with physical limitations every day, adaptability is the name of the game. You've got to adapt to your surroundings, adapt to the things that you're challenged by every day, your daily life, even just basic things like getting dressed and taking care of yourself require you to be adaptive. And so apply that adaptability to other areas of your life where you see something maybe not working. How can you adapt and make that work for you? When you see something problematic in your life, in your mental health, your physical well-being, how can you adapt to the world around you, and even adapt to your inner world so that you can have inner strength, so that you can find that innovation to be strong in the world, to be purposeful in the world. Tip number 5, take care of yourself. This means stay away from addictions. It's so tempting when you're feeling depressed and maybe anxious about the world around you, which is very common when you're extra abled. Anxiety is part of our everyday life, I think. We definitely feel more vulnerable in the world around us. We feel like we need to have a lot more things in place in order for us to feel safe, in order for us to feel at ease with the world around us. But I think it's really easy to get caught up in our heads and feel hopeless. Maybe sometimes you're struggling with the way that you look or the things that you're not able to do, and that's discouraging. But it's really important that you stay focused on your mental health. So stay away from addictions, anything that you're using to self-medicate, and instead take care of yourself. Eat healthy food and exercise. I know that even if you're in a wheelchair or you have some sort of physical limitation, there's always a form of exercise that you can do. So find ways to move your body and get those endorphins moving, because that's really what helps us overcome depression. So take good care of yourself. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in again to today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. I want to hear from you. What else would you like to hear from me? What kind of advice would you like me to give you? What kind of videos would you like me to make? What kind of content do you want on this channel? I'm all ears. And I'll see you again next time.